Welcome. I'm transmitting this live from Christchurch Airport, New Zealand. Um, and wow, I've just had an amazing 10 days of really feeling carried along by the principles of the Course, carried along by God. And just today, it's just been one kind of slam after another. One sort of, I've heard people call them ego attacks. And, I think that's a legitimate term because, when we really look at the external circumstances that we get upset over, when I look at them, I just have to be honest that the level of upset is quite often out of proportion. Yep. See, I'm in an airport. Please do not leave your bags unattended. Says, please, for your safety and security, don't leave your bags unattended. So that's actually what this whole video is about. For your safety and security, don't leave your ego unattended. Don't leave your baggage unattended. Because it's like until we're done, we're not done. Until we're really free, we're carrying inside of us, really in truth, we're carrying around us, but just for some simple language, we're carrying inside of us an insane, homicidal, suicidal, sadist, masochist, addict, maniac, terrorist. And until we're completely free of that, we're not. And it's really easy to go into denial, which I kind of did. Like I said, the last 10 days, there's been a lot of miracles, including a physical healing. So it's easy to be like, yeah, I got this. Boy, that's like the ego's favorite. It's like the ego's greatest hit. Because who's the one saying, yeah, I got this? It's the ego. It's like it's the insane person in the insane asylum saying, yeah, I can manage my own treatment. And it's so not true. Until that point when we're completely free. And apparently I'm not there yet. So I just want to remind myself that it's a course. And the course does promise like eternal peace, joy, love. And it points out that there can be a little bit of excavating going on. And it talks about before we even have access to knowledge, which is, knowledge being, sort of absolute truth, before we even begin to have access to knowledge, and we're not talking about knowledge like knowledge you read from a book, we're talking about that direct sense of knowing, of like knowing God, we have to first clear up our perception. It says, I'm in chapter 3 right now, and it just talks about how until you have true and clear perception, you don't know anything. You don't have any access to knowledge. So it's kind of this process that, and patience and faith and endurance is kind of a part of the game until it isn't. So you, and at this point I'm like looking at the screen, looking at myself, being like, you, don't get complacent. It's not done until it's done. It doesn't have to be this heavy sense of labor about it. We also don't want to be like, oh, I've had 10 days of magic flow and miracles. Everything's good. On an absolute level, everything is good. And confusion. Because actually what the Course says all our problems come from is confusing the absolute with the relative, or the relative with the absolute. So on those rough days, hang in there. Reach out to Christ, to the Holy Spirit. Reach out to other people who will and it points you to the truth, and ask Holy Spirit for guidance. Sometimes, like I just felt to buy some gum. Like I never chew gum. Not never, but I was like, I want some gum. And obviously, it's not an ultimate solution to any of my problems. And sometimes a little magic or a little gum is what's needed to help loosen things up so that we can then reopen ourselves to God and reopen in various forms of self-care. You know, I'm a self-care expert. Like, I was really good at taking care of myself on a relative level and really lavishing and nourishing and healing myself in all these relative ways. And I'm really stepping away from that, but it's not like I have to. It's helpful even to just stop them all 100%. It's all about gentleness, and actually, it all just comes down to following guidance. So, so go chew some gum every now and then, or go soak in a hot tub, or walk in nature, or watch a funny video. That's skillful means. Oh my gosh. I'll talk about that later. There's someone listening to a video with lots of yelling and screaming. That's an option too. I mean, maybe that would be helpful sometimes. I don't know. But thanks so much for joining in, and keep coming back. It works if you work it. Much love.